What's up, guys? My name's Arabella. I've been a bartender server for about 5 years now. I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited.
I'm Chef Melissa Ramsey, not related to the other Ramsey, but been a chef for over 10 plus years, executive chef in Long Beach, have my catering company, and pretty cool experience. So I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
We're ready.
Yeah, you suck. All right, first question. What's the worst thing a chef has ever said to you? Careful. Don't burn any bridges.
Good question. This tastes like shit.
But a chef.
Yeah.
Another chef. Has said to you?
Said to me that this tastes like shit.
That's horrible.
It was I got to create a special, and this particular chef was like, you've got to use, this is the fish we had, this is the ingredients you use, and just come up with something. And I'm like very excited. I took something out of, training, and so to use a little bit of something from, just by, cooking at home in the kitchen. And he's like, this tastes like shit. This is.
What did you say back
shit.
to him?
And I was like, yes, chef. Yes, chef. Just
and then
yes,
move
chef.
on.
And then just had to move on because
Cry in the back.
I didn't feel like it tasted like shit. So yeah, that was early on in my career, but you live and learn.
Yeah, onwards and upwards.
My food does not taste like shit anymore. The anticipation is killing.
Okay, anyways, your turn.
Mine. Oh, all right. Oh my God. This goes to show how old I am here. How should tips be distributed between the houses?
Ooh, we just had a conversation about this.
Yes.
It's very difficult to say that the back of the house should get some form of our tips when front of the house is mostly doing the service and dealing with the rude customers, dealing with the customers that say the food tastes like shit, or if you need more ketchup, or if you need more mayo, or if you need to clean this, or you need to clean that, or the table's dirty. So it's very difficult being front of the house, never ever being in the back of the house, to say like, oh, I want to give a portion of my tips to the back of the house. But I do know that they're underpaid and they don't make as much money. And unfortunately, to the big man upstairs, it sucks. But it's very hard for me to sit here and be honest and be like, okay,
well,
go ahead, give your 2 cents. You're itching.
It was like 10 cents, not 2 cents.
Give your 25 cents.
I have to disagree with you, because I think as a service industry as a whole, it's not just one element or front of the house that provides the all-around experience or the all-around service. So without the back of the house making sure that is exactly how your guest ordered it, and that it came out within a proper amount of time, and it actually tastes good and it looks good, and that in itself enhances your tip and your guest experience.
But then we could also say, like, why aren't we incorporating into the price of the food to pay out the back of the house?
Well,
like, why are we relying on tips?
She has a point.
Yeah.
Right. Well, in a service industry that does predominantly rely on tips, the system is flawed.
The system is flawed.
So how do we fix that?
I don't know. Run for president.
President of the hospitality industry. No, I do think that a tip out system is a good system for every aspect of the restaurant industry, bar industry. Percentage wise, what should that be and what does that look like? A lot of people have different views on it. Me being in the kitchen and as a leader, I see what goes into a lot of the cooking, the cleaning, the setup, the prep, the breakdown, and it's labor intensive. Not saying that front of the house doesn't have the labor intensive time. 9 times out of 10 though, your asses aren't sweating.
We're sweating.
No, you're not
but
sweating.
But see, this is why I feel like
sweating.
we also need to have like a Freaky Friday moment where back of house switches with front of house to really see like what we go through.
I challenge you for that.
Let's do it.
I think
Let's
should.
set up a date.
We need to find, almost like staging, find a place that will let us go in. I will be a server.
And I will be a chef.
There you go.
And I will cook you up a nice meal.
Oh, dude, what are you going to make? What are you going to make?
Make me a good cocktail. I'm going to try to not burn water.
I can make a good cocktail. I can make some tequila with a glass.
No, gorgeous.
And shake it.
You're hired.
Shake it.
You're
Those
hired.
3-minute shakes that all these mixologists do back there.
All right, don't bash us right now.
What we're doing? What am I doing?
The next question.
Okay.
Next question. All right. Do you think social media influencers should dine for free? Have you ever experienced that? And how was it?
God. I'll answer this. Absolutely, 100% no. They shouldn't dine for free. No, they shouldn't. Especially, what gives a social media influencer the credentials to critique something that a chef has made or has spent their long hours creating, putting together, or, whatever? What gives them that, clout? I don't even know what word I'm even looking for because I get so about it. Because we've had situations where people are like, oh, this is, all the notes weren't there, or, it didn't have enough acidity. They fucking saw that on Food Network during one of the Chopped shows or something. So now they think they're an expert because they've, watched 6 episodes of, Food Network's competitions, and it makes think they're an expert.
But for like a new business, let's say you just recently tried to open up a restaurant.
Right.
For a new business, wouldn't you want a social media influencer that has millions of followers? And maybe it's just because I come from a generation of we use social media for everything.
Are you saying I'm old? Are you saying I'm old?
The shoe fits. No, I'm just kidding. But coming from a generation that uses social media as marketing, wouldn't you want an influencer to come in and raise praises for your food? And that's reaching millions of people that, who knows, they might travel across the world just to come and try your food.
Well, just on the other spectrum, they could always give it 6 thumbs down. And what makes them not? Why, they can raise praises, but 9 times out of 10, they don't know what they're talking about. Is their palate that versed or that worldly that gives them the right to, especially your generation, they haven't been around that long.
Are you saying I'm young?
Have not been around long enough to taste the flavors of the world or to understand what it goes into creating the perfect dish.
So 50-50.
Not knocking social media influencers. I mean, that is, I even know that is the way businesses thrive these days. Anything, social media posts, hits,
it's
likes.
Like free marketing,
Videos, every reel of every trendy
because think about how
song
many
that goes into your picture and the food coming in close, zoomed in, zoomed out.
Yeah. But think about like how many dishes you get sent back or throw away. You could easily give an influencer a free meal for free marketing.
I feel like they're just doing it for the free food.
Probably. I've met some when I was working at like a nightclub where they're like, I get a free bottle of tequila. I'm like, you definitely know what that tequila tastes like, but
yeah,
let's use your clout. I would love to do it. If I had millions of followers, I'd use it up.
Did you hear that? Product sponsors. She's willing.
Breaking the fourth wall. If anyone would like to sponsor me.
Brought to you by
Tosco. Tequila. Tastes like heaven in your mouth.
Oh.
That's right. All right. How important is mental health care in the hospitality industry? How would you put this into practice?
It's really important. It is in all aspects, front of the house, back of the house. Just in this industry in general. Let's start with the elephant in the room, social media, like you were just talking about. That one bad review, it sits with you. Mm-hmm. It sits with you, and to have someone who you don't feel is qualified to make these judgments on your food that you spent all your time creating or whatever, and for them to shoot it down in just one instance or one bite, that sits with you. Something that you dedicate your life to and cooking and creating. But mental health is in the amount of hours you work in the day. Sometimes I work like 16-hour days in the heat and in the kitchen and high stress. And there's got to be something better or something that is available for hospitality workers, because we deal with people on a day-to-day, and some people are just nasty. Some people are just mean, and they don't realize the effect that they have on you, whether you're a strong person or you don't let things bother you or anything like that. People don't get it.
Well, I think they also look at us as like almost robots, where it's like you chose this industry to work in,
so you should have the thick skin,
or not even the thick skin, but like we can treat you however we want because you're offering us a service. It's almost like we're robots for them. Like
it's a privilege.
Yeah,
that I'm tipping you.
Yeah, like you earn this,
right? No, I think I think though the mental health thing is huge.
It is.
Mental health care. There needs to be something better.
Yeah, or access to more help rather than expensive help.
Yeah. Do you feel stressed at your job?
All the time.
What do you do to take care of your mental health?
I don't talk. I feel like I talk every single day to customers, and I'm like overjoyous and, like really, really trying to give the service because, hey, I got bills to pay at the end of the month. It's coming up. It's the 26th of September. I'm like, got to make my 25% on this check. And then you kind of just go through a lot, and then you get home and you're just like, I don't want to have a social life because I literally just exerted my whole battery into people that I don't even know. So I think that really takes a toll, especially if you're working like 5-6 days a week, and like people don't really get like 8 hours of doing that all day, every day.
On your feet,
bending,
talking, twisting.
Yeah. It takes a strain.
Having to wear a smile.
I find myself like trying to give my shifts away for a whole week because I'm like, I need a break. It's my turn. I'm going to be one of you.
It takes a lot of energy to smile on a day-to-day.
It does.
I'll tell you, though, that is one thing that I do.
But the jawline, it helps the jawline.
It's like, you see those things that you bite to exercise your jawline to give you that jawline. No, what I was going to say is that I do envy front of the house workers in that sense, and probably the only sense that I don't have to put on a smile in the kitchen. No one sees me.
Yeah.
No, I don't have to smile. I talk a lot of shit. I'm like, tables, something. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I can't say that to someone.
No, you can't. So
I've had a guest.
You should come out to the dark side, the back of the house.
I'll keep my tips.
Okay, sure.
No. All right. Next question. What's the worst establishment you've worked at and why? You have to name the establishment. Or you could take a shot. You don't have to answer. It's up to you.
I can.
Oh, go ahead. Say it with your chest. Loud and proud.
Now I'm really sweating. The worst establishment. Okay, you know what? I'm going to bring it back to the 90s. I used to work for TGI Fridays. That might have been the worst.
They will not sponsor this show now.
Well, I think they're not as cool as they used to be back then because I had my suspenders with all my pins and we did flair and everything. But corporate restaurants are something in itself versus mom and pop restaurants or bars. So I think working for a corporate establishment in the hospitality industry is the worst. Why, you ask? Well, there are pay caps. They, you really have no say in your development or your growth within the company, unless you do some sort of unless you're a upper level management. So there really isn't much for the support staff, if you will. But to say that, sorry, TGI Fridays. Thank God it's Friday. Do you want to answer your question? No. Oh,
I have a completely different view on corporate-owned establishments rather than mom and pop, because even if you are in a mom and pop, the room for growth, I deem it as very little, because they're going to own that for the rest of their life. Like, they put their heart and soul into the mom and pop place. So the likelihood of you getting a pay raise at a mom and pop place, they're gonna be like, no, you're my daughter. Like, nope. You're like family.
At me next time.
Like, just help me out. Rather, at a corporate place, there is room for development. There's a lot more structure when it comes to procedures and things like that. And I think it's a little bit more consistent.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion.
And that's very fair.
Thank you.
God. Come on. I really feel like this is doing more towards you.
I think it's just my reaction time. What's your ick in your work environment? What's ick in a sentence? What's the origin of ick?
Please explain the word ick.
Ick is like your pet peeve, basically. Like the thing that makes your skin just go, ooh, I don't like that. And then you kind of just like think of
hand washing.
When they don't wash their hands? Is when you
I have a lot of front of the house people that don't wash their hands. That's an ick. So I've been strategically placing hand sanitizer around, just so, subtle,
honestly,
subtle,
little hints,
subtle hints, like, here's a nice big bottle of hand sanitizer. We should all try to use it.
Not directed at one person.
Right.
For the collective.
I think that was
you.
definitely
you.
mine.
Go ahead. It's because it's closer now.
Oh. Have you ever had a bad Yelp review about yourself? And if so, what was it?
Oh my God, I can totally answer this. I have never gotten a bad Yelp review about myself.
Jesus.
And it really brings me a lot of joy. I hope I'm not jinxing it. But a lot of them, I remember my job had a Yelp review contest, and you had to get like the highest Yelp reviews, and you got this big basket and like a $500 gift card somewhere. Ooh. And I was so determined to win because I never win anything. And so I got a bunch of people that actually never been to the restaurant to write me Yelp reviews. And they thought, my management team thought that they all actually came there, and I asked them to write me a review, but I actually they never did.
Ooh, so you just
outed myself, but I didn't say where I worked. So I think we're good. I think we're slaying.
Good.
But no, I've never gotten a bad one. I've had people yell at me to my face about something so stupid, was totally out of my control, or they just didn't hear me correctly, things like that. That was the one time I actually cried in the bathroom at work. But I've never had someone actually physically write something that's like a digital footprint with my name on it.
I have. And it was recent, and someone left a Yelp review saying that my food was under-seasoned, which I find that really hard to believe because I'm
a woman of color.
Thank you. And I season everything, like everything. So, you get those trolls, and people just, again, a platform for everyone who thinks they have this, voice to, you may have a different palate than I do. You're not going to please everybody. And I get that. But again, Yelp, all those platforms to give people a
but
voice.
It does feel really, really good when you get a good one.
You
read it over and over.
It does.
And
a good one. Good ones are good.
Yeah, you're like, this will last me for the month.
Bad ones are bad.
Bad ones are bad.
Yeah.
Good is good. Bad is bad.
Yes.
I got that one for sure. Okay. What's the craziest thing you got caught doing at work?
Nothing. I'm not answering that.
You're taking a shot?
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and give that to me now.
I'll pour it for you.
just because it was recent. So I don't know when this will air. But yeah, I played the 5th. Thank you. Sponsored by
Tosco.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, God. Why does it smell like this?
Don't smell it first. That's the trick, not to smell it first. Oh. Wow. We totally couldn't tell how it tasted.
Oh, damn.
Oh, have you ever been fired? Where and why?
So remember that TGI Fridays story I was telling you? No, I wouldn't say fired.
If you have to start a sentence off like that, you definitely were fired.
Yeah.
Just say where and why.
TGI Fridays. I was working at the location, and the address was 1200 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. that location. And down the street, this was before P. Diddy was P. Diddy, and he was doing a concert, and these girls came in. And I believe back then, I was working the smoking section. So
They had smoking
They had
sections?
smoking sections back then. So I was a service bartender, but I also got the smoking section. And so obviously they sat down at a dirty table. Like, who fucking does that?
That's my biggest pet peeve. That's
Yeah.
my ick.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an ick.
That's an ick.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's an
Yes.
ick.
Don't sit at a table that's obviously dirty. And
Yeah,
think
and
that
there's
you're-
like 1,000 other ones.
And we have a hostess. So they bypassed the hostess, sat at a dirty table in the smoking section. I approached, I said, hey, this table, you need to go to the hostess and let them know that you want the smoking section, but this table is not available for you right now, this and that. Again, here comes corporate, because they said to me, well, we're going to see P. Diddy, or Puff Daddy at the time was not P. Diddy. And I said, well, that's not my problem. You still have to go to the hostess team. At that moment of, that's not my problem. Back then, TGI Fridays had an 800 number that you could call and complain. They did, and I got fired.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for telling them you can't sit in the dirty section. Go to the hostess. I'm more than happy to, Or I said, it's not my problem. You're going to see P. Diddy.
That was
Anyway.
that was bold of you, though.
Thank
I
you.
like that.
But I wasn't.
Speak your truth, queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't
Not
sit
my
at a
problem.
dirty table.
Not
Not
my
my problem. You
business.
got to go to a concert. Not
Yeah.
my problem. There's
Yeah.
a process.
But
So
I think that's so funny because I didn't know that 800 numbers, like, they actually listen.
it was on the back of, or on the door, like, if you have a problem with this corporate establishment, you can call and complain. Or
And they actually did
Crazy.
something about it.
And
Like,
they
they didn't
actu-
just let it go underneath the,
no,
the
they actually did
files.
something about it. I had an option. I could choose to be transferred to a different location or be let go.
And you said, peace out.
I did. I
On
said,
my way to P. Diddy.
I said, peace out, TGI
You
Fridays.
said you got room in the car. I'm
Yeah.
coming too.
Yeah.
You just got me fired.
Yeah, but those were good times, though.
It's okay. It led you to where you are now.
My experience at TGI Fridays, though, regardless of the firing, was like that movie called Waiting. Yes, that was what Fridays was back in the day.
Is that the one
Coworkers,
with,
you were the one who told me to watch
Deadpool?
Yes,
They got
Ryan Gosling.
No,
Nope.
Reynolds.
Reynolds?
Anyways,
One of the Ryans.
one of the Ryans. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody should watch that.
I told you to watch it, and I haven't.
Yes. Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay, so that was my experience of, that's the stereotypical coworker, wait staff, bosses, kitchen staff, front of houses against houses,
Yeah.
parties afterwards, things that you shouldn't tell people that you do with your coworkers, or the worst thing that could have happened to you at work, or all those things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that after
Yeah,
this.
it's a good one. It's a good one. So tell me, what? Yes. I say a strategy now. Oh, this is a long one.
Ooh. Why are you already smiling?
Okay.
I got nothing to hide.
Okay, this is a good one. Hey guys, if you want to support the channel and the people who run it, All you have to do is subscribe. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash the like button. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
How about you read
like,
it too?
comment, and subscribe.
You're better suited for this. Robot.
Hey guys, if you want to support the channel and the people who run it, all you have to do is subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to smash the like button. Like, comment, and subscribe. Gorgeous.
Thank
girls,
you.
Subscribe.
Thank you. Oh, dang, that threw you off.
Always got to be watching.
I'm like in the hot seat right now because the sweat is.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
What's the worst thing a guest said to you in your face?
Do you really think that your food is good? And it makes you question it every day. You know, you question it's that what did they call that? The imposter syndrome. Like no matter how long you've been doing it, what your training is, or how, you know, it goes with all this the toxic stuff that comes in, and even though you have the good stuff that comes, but that's probably the worst thing that someone says. Do you really think that your food is good? It's like one of those backhanded comments or backhanded compliments, if you will, where it's like we're not going to give you a compliment. Like we think it's okay, but we're just going to say to you, you know what? Like, do you really think your food is good?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that would kind of pierce the heart a little. Yeah. Especially if like you're so excited to like show everyone your creation, right? And see what's in your head.
And like I said, I don't get to, you know, mingle much with, you know,
guests,
the guests and what their experience is like versus it coming from a server or a bartender coming back to tell me, hey, they hated your steak, or hey, they, you know, they don't want anything else. They icky them.
Yeah.
Ick them or whatever. And so,
I don't think that's how we use it.
Oh no. So, but I do in other instances have done different tastings where, you know, you're looking for that validation or that response or that, oh my God, like this is the best thing that I've put in my mouth ever, you know.
Yeah.
But
I think the worst thing a guest has said to my face is, did the bleach get to your head? Yeah. I think that was horrible because it's like, what do you say back to that? It could be yes or no.
You could be like, yes, I am a natural blonde. Do you want me to prove it to you?
Yeah.
Or is that what the whole bleach comment?
Yeah.
Or bleach from cleaning.
No, bleach from your hair. Like, did it seep into your scalp and like make you dumb?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you say to that?
People suck. Yeah, a little sometimes.
Oh.
But it was fun. Character development.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I should just be like, yes, sir. It did, actually. Would you like to pay? Tip me more so that I don't have to go through this anymore.
You just covered my therapy session.
Thank you so much.
Mental health is important.
We checked.
Mental health is important. Okay. Oh.
Strategy.
Good strategy.
That's a wrap. Thank you for participating.
Oh, that was fun. Thank you so much.
That was so much fun. I had a great time.
Thank you.